probably time to go. This is an adult show, yeah, this is an adult show. And if you ain't one of them, it's probably time to go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? I'm, of course, Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. Welcome to TDAU Live. Yeah, we got some topics to get into tonight, boys and girls. We got a local story from Burlington about how the police just don't respond. We got poor leadership. Yeah, we got a Navy commander who was pictured shooting a rifle with the scope on backwards because, you know, that's impressive. FBI is finally investigating the FSK bridge. Yeah, we got an interesting story about John Mellencamp, a guy who couldn't stop lighting Trump signs on fire, proving that most of the adults are children in this country. The Dubai flood. Caitlin Clark. Oh yeah, we got all sorts of stuff to get into, but yeah, what a week. Another amazing week. Yeah, it's 420 this weekend, that's for sure. We got that going on. And next weekend, after this weekend, be the Bridgewater Raft Race. Still trying to figure out what's going on there. But yeah, we got a lot to get into, so let's get into the show.
Yeah, back baby.
Are you saying you want to show me your tits?
This is the story of a drunk who grew up kind of a punk, and then all his friends left him, and now he's here alone. This is the story of a drunk who grew up kind of punk, now he's here doing the Drunken Underwhelming Live Show.
This is a weird show.
Drunken Underwhelming Live Show. Drunken Underwhelming Live Show. Drunken Underwhelming Live Show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm, of course, Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. Welcome to TDAU Live, episode 22. Elephants, FSK, FBI, poor leadership, adult children, and my thoughts. That's right. We got a lot of them. A lot of thoughts. Thoughts in different area codes. That's how many of those we got. First, we're going to get into a local story. And welcome. I hope you enjoy the new lighting and the set. I'm still working on it, getting it figured out. Need a little more light up on Mikey up there. He's a little dark. I need a little more in this corner just to brighten that up. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But add the orange light, another rope light up there. We're trying to be as professional as we can while still being very drunk. Very drunk and underwhelming indeed. First episode of the evening. Or first topic of the evening. This episode. Restaurant owners say Burlington police failed to respond during vandalism. Shocking. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when your entire city is opposed to the police and then you defund them a bunch and nobody in the state wants to be a police officer. Here we are. Burlington, Vermont, from WCAX, local news affiliate up there. Burlington police say police left staffers to fend for themselves after the restaurant was vandalized. Roots owners say a person approached the restaurant Saturday night, throwing a patio chair at the front window. Several employees were closing up the restaurant when the window shattered. They called Burlington police, who said they directed them to file a police report. Owners say they're disappointed police didn't respond to the scene or follow up with the staff. I think that they definitely need to take a much more aggressive and active approach to these types of calls, not just go online and file a police report, co-owner Alan Caruso said. Caruso said this is the latest of several recent vandalism of the restaurant. He says he hopes for a more proactive investigation of the incident. Burlington police had not responded to a request to comment when the story was published. Yeah. You know, it's one of those, you know, if you're going to vote for policies where you stop funding the police, don't be too shocked when they stop showing up. Because, I mean, if we defunded your restaurant, would your employees show up, my friends? No, I don't think so. And to be honest, if it's a restaurant in Vermont, your employees are barely showing up anyways. That's the real, the real sad part of that. But yeah, no, feel bad for him. On the flip side, that's what happens when you run a restaurant in Burlington, my friend. Good luck. Wish you the best. And, yep. Nope. Good luck on that. What's the energy? Vermont strong. Yeah, the guy that threw the chair was, I guess. He was a... I guess Burlington has one or two freak beasts. Too funny. Okay. Moving right along, because we got a whole bunch to get through tonight. This is gonna be a fun evening. U.S. Navy warship commander mocked for holding assault rifle with scope the wrong way. Yeah, as if you don't know and you're not a gun person, you might not know, but that scope is completely on backwards. Even though he is still firing it, because apparently, as a U.S. Navy warship commander, you don't really need to see what you're shooting at. The now deleted image of Commander Cameron Yates, or Yast, firing a rifle with the scope backwards and the lens cap still attached. Oh, it gets better. I didn't even recognize that myself, that the lens caps were still on. Oh, well done, Commander. Well done, my friend. You're an inspiration to all of us. That's U.S. Navy was criticized for posting a photo of an officer firing a rifle with the scope backwards. Commander Cameron Yast has been firing at a naval target balloon, the Navy said. The Navy acknowledged the error and removed the picture. Yeah, because he wasn't really firing at anything, which is like what they'd have to admit, is that this dude was literally just discharging rounds, because you see 2 in the air here. Literally discharging rounds just for a photo op. Like, he's wasting our tax money on this ammo that, like, just give it to citizens. Like, if you need to burn ammo, like, just stand there with the rifle. Make sure somebody knows what they're doing, configures it for you, and just take a photo with it. You don't need to be firing, especially when you look even more like an asshat because you didn't realize that the lens caps were on. So you obviously weren't aiming at anything. This is almost as bad as when the ATF director or one of the higher ups at the ATF couldn't break down a Glock. And I was just like, what? These are the people in charge of these things? Like, how did you get to be a commander and not know if a scope is working or not? Like, what? This doesn't instill confidence. You guys wonder why you have poor recruitment numbers. That's what a clown world we do live in, my friends. Speaking of clown world, just a few short weeks ago, we were all aghast that a major bridge could be taken down in the U.S. and everybody was just like, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist if you think that we need to investigate this thing." That's crazy talk. Why would you need to investigate this? It was clearly just an accident. And then Biden comes out and he's like, "We're gonna play for this whole thing." Wait, what? Glock breakdown? Oh, okay. Let me pull it up real quick because yeah, that was definitely like a thing that happened. And for those who didn't see it, it's yeah, like breaking it down, like taking it apart for cleaning. ATF's firearm expert struggles to assemble a ghost gun on live TV. Okay, so maybe it wasn't a Glock. It was probably a Glock format because I know that most of the ghost guns, and for those who don't know, a ghost gun is just any gun that you produce yourself, which is totally legal in most places. I know that they're working on getting it made illegal, which is really messed up because that's definitely part of the Second Amendment is that you're allowed to produce your own firearm. You're not allowed to transfer it or sell it after you do, but you are allowed to. That's been commonly understood as, I mean, back in the day, most people had to build their own musket or have somebody build one for them, and it was custom to them. But yeah, ATF director was demonstrating assembling a ghost gun on the face of the nation, but struggled to fit the parts together, even failing to disassemble. Okay, I was right. Disassemble a Glock handgun. Despite successfully assembling a second handgun, he faced difficulty fitting the parts together to create a functional firearm. ATF Director Steve Didbash discussed the issue while Bort continued to struggle with the disassembly. Let's yeah. Yeah, I'm not playing the audio, but he is just having a struggle session remembering on how that thing breaks down. and she's saying, "Oh, this is the plastic piece," and it's like, yeah, just like it would be if you bought the handgun with a serial number on it. But yeah, it took him what, like a solid minute or two. Like dude, properly trained dudes in the military can like break down a whole Barrett in that amount of time. Yeah, absolutely hysterical. Just the clown world we're living in, like where the people who are supposedly experts on stuff don't have any clue what they're doing, and literally random people can do a better job. It's mind-boggling. Anyways, a couple weeks ago, we're all complaining about the bridge, and we're saying, "Hey, man, we probably need to look into this whole thing." And it turns out, well, the media came around and were like, "Yeah, you're probably a conspiracy theorist if you think that we actually need to research such a thing." And Biden came out and said, "No, we're just going to pay for the bridge." But yeah, finally, the FBI opens a criminal probe into the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse in Baltimore. Federal agents boarded the 985-foot dolly early Monday with search warrants. Yeah, finally. It's only been like 3 weeks, right? The FBI has opened a criminal investigation into the cargo ship that slammed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge and caused it to collapse in Baltimore last month, according to two senior law enforcement officials familiar with the investigation. The Washington Post first reported the news Monday morning. Federal agents boarded the 985-foot dolly early Monday with search warrants. The Baltimore office of the FBI confirmed that agents were on board conducting court-authorized law enforcement activity. Investigation will look into the events that led up to when the ship left port, the sources say. And the part of the inquiry involves whether the crew knew whether the vessel had potential mechanical problems that would would have made it unsafe in the harbor. FBI agents are collecting physical evidence and data from inside the ship relating to the moments before, during, and after the impact, the sources said. Baltimore Mayor Brandon M. Scott announced Monday that the city is taking legal steps to address the bridge collapse, hiring law firms to launch legal action, hold the wrongdoers responsible, and mitigate the immediate and long-term harm caused to Baltimore City residents. Yeah, not to mention like the entire country, like a major port. This impacted all of us actually. But yeah, FBI's finally getting around to that one. Even though we were all conspiracy theorists 3 weeks ago, I'm pretty sure they gave MTG a real hard time about that, calling, "Hey, there should be an investigation." They're all like, "You're a conspiracy theorist." No, really, you don't want to. I've been selected. Really, you won't let me. Okay, I'm gonna have to find I have to find another source on that one because the video I don't want to work. Maybe if I try reopening it. No, of course not. Yes. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna sign in my email just to watch this video that's freely available on Twitter. Okay, hopefully this one works. Nope, that's the same page. Of course it is. Okay, let me check and see. Oh, we got an ad. I almost wish you could hear it. It's a dope beat. Yeah, maybe you could just not do that. No, we're not do that. That'd be cool. No, best-selling Jeep tops. Okay, maybe this will be the video. No. Oh man, I messed this one up. No thanks. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Man, it only took a minute there. This guy was this guy was charged. Hold on, let me. I done pulled my cord out here. There we go. I probably need to share this with some audio anyways. that one. Okay. Is adults acting like children, because this is where we're at now. Yeah, this is August 12th at 7:14 a.m. in the morning. A guy's biking by this person's house and sees a Trump 1 sign out in his yard. And no matter what you think about that sentiment, going onto someone else's property and kicking their signs, probably not a great idea. That was August 12th. Oh, I wasn't up on screen, huh? I'm a dum-dum. Here we go. Like a child. Yeah. There we go. We come August. We skip forward to August 15th at 4:19 a.m. On his bike. You know, biker's gonna bike, right? That's really biker's doing biker shit, and then he runs off like a kid. Like he's afraid that that they might do something. Okay, that's the with the night screen off, Tuesday, August 15th. Oh, that's the next morning with the whole thing burnt. He did try to move the flag out of the way. Oh, and then he comes back February 18th. This could be. They put it back up. I'm not sure if they got the date wrong, which could be. But yeah, February 18th at 4:20 in the morning. There you go. This Joe Biden looking character right here. He does look a little like him, right? It looks like if they put in a body double for Biden, but he needed to be younger and not fall over on the bike. Like this is what it would look like. $1,000 reward for the idea of this anti-America Marxist arsonist. And yeah, he got charged. So there's that. I just saw this update the other day and thought it was too funny not to share on the show because just, adults gonna act like children. Apparently, that's where we're at here. Nothing weird about that. Just lighting signs on fire in your neighbor's property. Okay, we got rid of the restaurant. We went through the Navy one. We're investigating the bridge. Oh, this is one I'm gonna need to. They have a video. Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up too. Okay, that's kind of mad. I can. Okay, we got a. No, that's not the video. Why are you guys sharing that? That was a big old waste of time. Yeah, nope. I should have found a better source on that one. I forgot to look earlier. Okay. Nope. Everybody's got lots of pictures. Nobody wants to share like the actual video apparently. Yep. Thank you, scanner. Actually. Yeah. And he said Sleepy Joe covering his tracks. Yeah. By putting on that age defying mask. Distracted by his lawn already. This is true. That might be true. Got a little distracted by the lawn today. It's good news though. Moss X is down. We're in go mode, baby. Okay. Let's see how. SCNR, John Mellencamp has issued a response to a viral video of the singer and songwriter walking off stage mid-performance after being heckled by audience members. Footage of Mellencamp's March to Leader performance surfaced across social media on Monday. In the video, Mellencamp 72 recounts a story in which a woman called him a smart aleck. While telling the story, one audience member shouting from the crowd told Mellencamp to play some music. The heckler was met with frustration from the crowd. "What do you think I've been doing, you cocksucker?" the Mellencamp asked the heckler as the crowd exploded with laughter. Mellencamp paused as the audience settled before saying, "Here's the thing, man, you don't know me. You don't effing know me," he repeated, before instructing a performance assistant named Joe to find the heckler and bring him backstage after the show. Mellencamp apologized for the interruption and continued his story, but was once again heckled by another fan shouting at the performer to play Authority song. Thoughts and prayers going out to all, this is from Michael Loftus, people just now finding out John Mellencamp being insufferable live. When he's wearing the onesie and starts telling stories, just head there for the exit. Yeah, I love the fact that he's wearing he's wearing a janitor's onesie, so he looks like he's like a normal guy who fits in with people. He like pretending he's a working class dude, but yeah, here we go.
Well, I shouldn't have said that, because here came that little arthritic finger right in my face, and she went, "It's just like you, buddy, to be a smart aleck when I'm talking to Jesus." And then it got real quiet.
The funniest part is that guy yells play some music and the entire crowd goes, "No, no, no." like it's like they're responding and saying that they don't want him to play more music. No, let him keep telling stories. This is way better than his songs.
What do you think I've been doing, you cocksucker?
And he uses some profanity just because he knows it'll get a cheap laugh. Oh.
What do you think I've been doing, you cocksucker?
Secondly, John, get with the times. You can't be all homophobic like that.
You don't know me. You don't fucking know me.
No, he knows like 12 songs that you got lucky with.
Hey, Joe, find this guy and let me see him after the show.
I'm gonna find out if he's really the thing I called him a few minutes ago. We're gonna see how far this thing goes.
Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted,
Yep, like totally just bummed out by a drunk guy in his audience, even though that's like the people that pay to see John Mellencamp at this point in his life.
Guys, I can stop this show right now and just go home.
Grandma was waving her arthritic finger. We're totally listening.
Grandma was waving her arthritic finger. We were totally listening.
Tell you what I'm going to do. Since you've been so wonderful, I'm going to cut about 10 songs out of the show. Here we go. A little ditty. Got Jack Diane. Show's over.
Yeah, because that's like how you treat people who paid money to come out and see you. That's a way to go, John. Yep. I'm hoping he met up with the supposed cocksucker by the end of this. I want to know that he got his. That's really the what a clown show going on. Does it not let me like exit full screen on that, really? But nice to see the SCNRs coming up in the searches. Okay, what else did they have to say on this one? Ah, yeah. A performer discussed the incident in the Washington Post, saying he was expected audience to conduct themselves with polite behavior, same way you would at a Broadway show. Yeah, because that's what rock shows are like. That's totally people don't shout and get rowdy because that's totally yeah, rock show. Or I guess that's assuming what most people thought this was going to be. Yeah, you totally wouldn't yell and hoot and holler during that. That's the shows are not really concerts anymore, Mellencamp said. They're performances, and there's a difference between a performance and a concert. Maybe you should market better, my friend. Mellencamp candidly acknowledged I'm not for everyone anymore. I'm just not. Yeah, like not for people who want to see like an actual concert, I suppose. If you want to come and scream and yell and get drunk, don't come to my show, he added, which means like nobody is going to show up to a John Cougar Mellencamp show. It's not going to happen anymore. Some reports of Mellencamp's Toledo performance claim the incident began after the performer introduced the song The Eyes of Portland by discussing homelessness in America. The Mellencamp reportedly went on to tell a story about a homeless woman he met while in Portland, according to the Toledo Blade. Other reports claim without evidence that Mellencamp was discussing President Joe Biden during his performance, though others have claimed he was referring to his dying grandmother. It's pretty easy to mix up a dying grandmother and Joe Biden, to be fair. That's a good comment. I hope his new hit single, The Eyes of Portland, includes a couple lines about illegals getting preferential treatment of our homeless veterans. Knowing who he is, probably not. True story there. He doesn't care. He got his, right? He's gonna he doesn't need to do these shows anymore. He's got money. He just retire. Oh yeah, we got a good one coming up. This is the old elephant story. Yeah, the elephant's out of the bag, ladies and gentlemen. An elephant roams streets of Butte, Montana after escaping from the circus. Man, they move fast, was the quote. The elephant reportedly got loose after being scared by a truck backfiring. Butte, Montana had a surprise visitor this week on April 16th. Videos on social media showed an elephant roaming the streets after reportedly escaping the Jordan World Circus. NBC Montana reported the elephant got loose outside the Civic Center after being scared by a truck backfiring while getting a bath nearby. Circus didn't immediately respond after being contacted by people. I wonder why. One of the circus elephants managed to escape from its trainer and wandered into Harrison Ave, a bustling street in town, Butte Chief Executive J.P. Gallagher told CBS News. Gallagher added that the animal caused some damage to the Civic Center storage area. No one was injured. Although there was a minor damage to the facility, we're grateful that everyone remained unharmed. Onlooker Matthias Smith explained how she'd been driving south on Harrison Ave with her husband and she spotted the surprising sight. I thought he just meant it was in the parking lot, and then I looked up and was like, no, there's an elephant in the road, Smith said. Oh, that's awesome. My coworker pointed out there's an elephant. Started jumping up and down, pointing out the window. Josh Hannafin said, who is the Civic Center town pump co-manager, added to the outlet. We ran out the door and finally caught a video of the elephant coming through the lot here. Pretty exciting. It's not every day you see an elephant walking down Harrison Avenue in Butte, Montana. Went for a nice slow walk down Harrison, but man, they move fast when they just walk. Kind of making her way over to the casino, trying to play some slots, having a fun time, making the best of the Butte experience, Smith joked. And there's a picture of the elephant in front of the casino. Yeah, I'd be using that for my advertising if I were them. I'd get credits. I would hit up Brittany McGinnis via Storyful and ask her license the photo. The outlet stated handlers were able to get the elephant safely back under control within 20 minutes without needing law enforcement intervention. According to onlooker Smith, handlers couldn't have handled the situation better. We have plenty of experience with bison, not to get too close and not to interact too much and to stay with a safe distance. I think it's probably safer for her to get loose here because we all kept our distances. Everybody slowed down, backed up when she was coming towards them, Smith told NBC Montana. They did everything they could to just kind of guide her. They didn't push her, they didn't force her, they just asked nicely for her to move with them and said, hey, please don't break this fence. They waited very patiently with her and just kind of petted her and gave her comfort and calmed her until the truck came by. He was kind of using his trunk to say, come on, you're being crazy. You're scaring the townsfolk. She got in there and they started trumpeting each other. It was very adorable. Smith continued to the animal being reunited with their mate. The circus, of course, is very professional, and they had a professional trainer, and he was real calm, and the animal was calm, and they were able to get her right back. It was not nearly as dramatic as you would think, Civic Center General Manager Bill Melvin said. Oh yeah, there we got some elephant feet down here too. Just, like, if you don't want some oh, Nick's here. Nick said, "What up, Dick Twisters?" I don't know, is there a Dick Tornado going by? Could be. Anyways, let's watch the footage of this here elephant tromping around. Was there sound? Oh yeah, there's sound. I better share this one for audio. We don't know. We might kind of want to know what the audio is.
Elephant walking down the road. Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Oh my god.
Dude, I can't imagine. Law enforcement involved. What, are they gonna tase it? Yeah, right. Like, what do you even do? They just like stand there and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna let this one run its course. Eventually, it's gonna get tired, I would assume." I love that these people got a decent filming of it too.
And he's going. Elephant walking down the road. Oh my god.
Yeah, that is hysterical right there. I'm pretty jealous this didn't happen in beautiful Woodstock, Vermont. I bet that has a good wink to it. I wonder if he took a dump anywhere. That's what I was wondering. Like, some poor guy had to like shovel elephant dung out from his parking lot.
Oh my god.
Handlers were able to get it, yeah, within 20 minutes without needing law enforcement intervention.
Only you.
Yeah, like, what were they gonna do? That's a good point, Benji. Yeah, just cruising.
Some luxury creams just sit on top of skin.
We got an ad that won't go away. There we go. Oh, what an amazing, what a fun time to be alive, my friends. That's for sure. The old elephant gets loose gag. That's phenomenal. Oh, speaking of big things. This one I thought was kind of crazy. Daily Mail: was Dubai's apocalyptic storm self-inflicted? Claims the UAE flew cloud seeding flights, which increased rainfall the days before. 18 months of rain fell in 24 hours, causing chaos that closed airports and sparked rush to flee the country. Yeah, they're getting the hell out of there. The United Arab Emirates is today attempting to dry out after the heaviest rain ever recorded in the desert nation caused utter chaos. There are suspicions that the historic flooding in Dubai and elsewhere may have been self-inflicted. Typical scorching UAE heavily relies on cloud seeding technology, which is not a conspiracy theory that we've been told it was. Apparently, it's pretty commonly accepted practice. Cloud seeding, a technique which sees aircraft fire salt flares into clouds, speed up condensation and induce rainfall to provide its groundwater. Flight tracking data and analyzed by the Associated Press showed one aircraft affiliated with the UAE's cloud seeding efforts flew around the country on Sunday. Meanwhile, Ahmed Habib, a meteorologist at UAE's National Center for Meteorology, told Bloomberg several cloud seeding sorties were flown in the days before the unprecedented rainfall hit. Speculation over the cloud seeding grew. The NCM later denied its comments to CNBC. The operation had taken place on Tuesday in the hours before the storm, but confirmed the operation was performed on Sunday and Monday. Yeah, we didn't do it like the day right before it. Yeah, water, cloud seeding, and chemtrails. And Nixon there saying chemtrails as well. Yep, that's yeah, it's just a conspiracy, even though it's happening right in front of us. Go figure. 2 men are in an inflatable bed to float above the water as downpour causes heavy flooding in Dubai. Using an inflatable mattress as a raft. It takes me back. Speaking of which, the raft race is coming up April 27th in Bridgewater, Vermont. For those who are going to be there, I will. People wade through submerged streets at flooded area as heavy rains negatively affect life in Dubai. Yep, trucks pump water from a flooded street following heavy rains in Sharjah, April 17th, 2024. Dubai, the Middle East financial center, been paralyzed by the torrential rain that caused floods across the UAE and Bahrain, left 18 dead in Oman, or whatever, on April 14th and 15th. Yeah, time lapse captures Dubai skyline as the massive storm brews. Oh, yeah, that's pretty wild. Watch the full one here. No, let's show us an ad instead. Man walks through the flood water. Yeah, don't do that. That's social. Lol. What, for taking us back to the good old days? Yeah, oh no, for the raft race. Yeah, social. That's thank you for mentioning that. It was a roof of a mall that collapsed. Yeah, nothing like that. That's pretty wild. Time-lapse video. That's kind of cool that they did the side-by-side there. City was totally obscured by rainfall as evidenced by the shot from about... That's a wild photo. What's in the salt flares? From what I'm told, it's silver and potassium chloride. But, you know, that's a very good question. Yeah, more flooded street photos. Oh, there's a bus. That's gonna, yeah, this is gonna be great for the local population. You definitely want that much water in, on, and around your vehicle. That's like 4 feet. It's like a solid 4 feet of water in the middle of a city. That's oh yeah, here we go. Here's a good one. Cars are filled with water, forcing people to abandon their vehicles. It's a good time to have an electric vehicle, right? Is so those batteries blow up and then you've got you got a fire in your flooded car. Crowds filled the airport as they sheltered from the rain and tried in vain to get information on their flights. How does cloud seeding work? Weather stations monitor the atmospheres for suitable clouds. Planes equipped with specialized flares are launched. Salt's released into promising clouds. Supercooled water condenses around the salt grains. Water droplets become heavy enough to fall as rain. 15 to 25 extra rain inches. 15 to 25 inches extra rainfall each year. Yeah, just confirming it. We're just letting in, you know, it's here. And we know that you were all yelled at for being conspiracy theorists when you brought this shit up, but no, it's happening. It's been happening. And I guess that's the evolution of every conspiracy, right? Is oh, this isn't happening. Oh no, that's not happening. Maybe it's happening. It is happening. This is good and why we should be doing it. Shocking video shared on social media showed how cars were filled with water, forcing hundreds of motorists to abandon their vehicles. Some safety. Some vehicles were completely submerged with the top of their roofs barely breaking the water's surface. Some wealthy drivers and luxury motors bragged of floating their way through the carnage, but most saw their vehicles stall as they became stuck in the deluge. Rainwater also poured into homes, pushing people out of their houses and into the streets to seek shelter in higher structures. Horrendous floods swamped the airport, many of the surrounding roads, forcing dozens of flights to be canceled as travelers crammed into the concourse to shelter from the torrential downpour. Country's hereditary rulers offered no overall damage information or injury information to the nation, or some slept in their flooded vehicles on Tuesday night. Yeah, just a wild, yeah, some wild footage there. Flooded water all over the place. Yeah, you probably shouldn't walk through that, just saying. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Car stuck on a flooded road. Yeah, rain in Dubai. There's a cleanup operation underway, and many airport staff hiking through the high desert. Rocking through. Staff hiked through the desert scrub to reach accommodation after planes were grounded. Yeah, that would suck. Like, what? Just a crappy situation to be stuck in right here. The middle of a highway. They will be on Marketplace on owner clean title because it was in the glove box. That's true. Footage from inside the airport. People showing sleeping on the floor. We advise you do not come to the airport unless absolutely necessary. Flights continue to be delayed and diverted. Please check your flight status directly with the airline. Working hard to recover operations as quickly as possible. Local airports. Yeah, more photos of just calamity. Yeah, lightning flashes through the sky during a heavy rainfall in Dubai. Wildness. As you be driving through flood water covering a road. Yeah, don't do that. That's probably not a good idea. Then you end up like this. Abandoned cars just everywhere. Now none of them work. Like imagine the amount of cleanup effort it takes to like clean up a city full of cars that are all drowned. Oh. Yeah, just a mess. Just an absolute mess. A handful of brave drivers battling the elements have been spotted sitting atop their roofs and waiting for rescue under the black sky. I mean, what else do you do, right? Like you just hope for the best. Hope you don't drown. This guy's got Stan by Eminem. I'm assuming was the rains come down. I'm wondering why that I can't breathe. No, yeah, I'm assuming that's the part that was playing here. It's YouTuber and entrepreneur Jordan Welch showed the extent of flooding in Dubai, UAE. Yeah, precipitation icon, 3 hours. Naughtiness. Rolls Royce, Bob's, oh, bummer. Yep. You know, because if you ever wanted to go like canoeing on a street, this was the time to do it, I suppose. I'm not sure what we're looking at here. Is that like chairs overhanging? Patio furniture appears to fall from a high-rise balcony amid storm conditions. Oh yeah, so it's just getting like pushed off the high-rise. Although I guess you were lucky if you were up there. SUV stalling out in the water. Yeah, that's why you don't drive through it. Yeah, just craziness. In fact, these people just keep going because they don't ever get rain and they don't know any better. It's like the people in Vermont that drive through like flooded roads and you're just like, dude, you don't know if there's a road below that. What the hell are you doing? Oh yeah, we got this. We have to push a BMW sports car during heavy rainfall in Dubai. Yeah. Get your car out of there, my dude. Yeah, just wild. They accumulate a lot of photos of this. Anchor wears daring outfit and forgot her desk, which is transparent. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's sure that was good for business. Might have to open that one in a new tab and check it out before I pull it up on screen. We'll see what the story was. Unsold ego houses for sale for almost nothing. Yeah, that's not real. Unsold properties are almost being given away. Yeah, scrolling down to see if that was actually just it was just a clickbait thing. Like it's a bunch of random news articles. And yeah, it's one of those where there's like a clickbait thing where there's not going to be the actual story in there. Just a bunch of let me keep scrolling. Let me keep scrolling. I think like the last one. Oh, this thing goes on a ways. Yeah, just a bunch of stupid funny photos. And no real story of what the thing was. Because why would there be? You know, you're gonna advertise story like that. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, who would have thought the drunk magician went to go see if there was actually a photo in the thing. Okay, we got a couple more. This one I thought was interesting because everyone would expect China to be the most upfront about uh, about their sporting events, but here we go. The Beijing half marathon tainted by a shameful act of cheating. Sports Street. Organizers of the Beijing half marathon are investigating allegations that 3 African athletes deliberately allowed China's star runner He Benji, this might be like your Chinese brother, your long lost Chinese brethren right here. The event generated questions and suspicions due to the unruly comments speculating from the players and spectators. Track and field competition became controversial after Chinese athlete He Ji has declared victorious despite accusations from other competitors. After the 13.1-mile race, conversations erupted on Chinese social media, which led to an official inquiry. Rumors were circulating that one of the other competitors acknowledged that He Ji is to win out of camaraderie. The moment Kenyan competitors Robert Keeter and Willie Magnet, Ethiopian Jean Halu, or however you pronounce it, I don't know. I can't speak Ethiopian. Local runner He Ji reached the finish line and was captured on camera during the race, adding more to fire to the existing controversy about the race's true story. Last kilometers of the Beijing half marathon transpired with much mystery. 2 Kenyan runners and 1 Ethiopian 25-year-old Chinese athlete He Ji, who had won the marathon gold at 2023 Asian Games, were among the leading. These 4 competitors were said to have kept a tight pace the whole race, appearing to coordinate from the start. Let's see what this looks like right here. See what the hubbub's about, my friends. Like they're keeping tight, and then it looks like he's trying to distance himself a little bit as he gets towards the
差不多1小时4分左右的水平。
This is the suspicious part, I believe, right here. The fact that he's like got his hand out, like he's trying to make sure
还有最后的一段路，
that they're
终
just
点就在
behind.
前方，何洁加油！
是的，我们看4个人。
And I'm just gonna say, like the thought that a guy with femurs this long would be beat by a guy with femurs this long, I don't know, man. Not to mention, notice like how small all these dudes' calves are. It's a very common trait amongst top level marathon runners, and this guy's got some thicker calves. Although given he is the top in China, I don't know what the rules are like over there though. They might be different. I'm not sure. Let's see what
很有
see
默
what
契啊！
transpired.
对，在今天的这个全程当中，这4个人都是一直保持在一起。
是的，而且有沟通有交流。
这样是不是也是选手之间的一种相互促进？
是的，我说积极的一种促进。
Oh, we're just about to win the race. Let's hold on.
越跑越快啊！何洁在最后是完全冲刺了起来。我们来看看他最后的成绩啊！
恭喜何洁获得了我们。
Yep, no sprints at the end or anything. Just keep the exact same pace that you've been keeping the entire time.
冠军啊！
他最终的成绩应该是1小时03。
Yeah, no, nothing suspicious there. I'm sure China totally doesn't rig their sporting competitions. That wouldn't be a thing. They wouldn't do that for their national prosperity or keeping, whatever pride they have in their athletes alive. I'm sure a communist country would never do that, right? They would never rig a sporting election, or a sporting competition. Yeah, they would never rig a sporting election. That's for sure. They could be sporting an election. That was an old favorite of Bill Clinton, I must say. Sporting an election in the Oval Office. That one was not. Okay, we got a couple more, 2 more to be precise. Of course, Caitlin Clark's in the news. Girl who played basketball in college, who was really good, like way better than most of the other women that played basketball. And she got drafted into the WNBA. and was the first round draft pick. And this draft happened to have like 3 times the viewership. And of course, people are weighing in because instantly the whole hubbub was about inequality in payment in sports. And I think anybody with common sense knows why that's a thing, why this is one of the few areas where there's no question as to why there is a pay gap. But of course, our wonderful and glorious, honorable President Joe Biden had to weigh in on this. President Joe Biden comments on Caitlin Clark's WNBA salary, says women are not paid their fair share. That's right. The WNBA star's rookie contract sparked discourse among fans, athletes, and celebrities, and now the president. Caitlin Clark's recent jump to WNBA has garnered all the fanfare this week. The Indiana Fever star is not receiving the proper salary, according to sports critics, including President Joe Biden. Discussions were raised across social media this week about women's athletes and their salaries, particularly in the WNBA, after news broke that Clark, 22, will make a total of $338,000 in her first 4 years in the league. That's right, $338,000 to play a game. That's not bad, I must say. Biden, 81, joined the conversation by posting on X, formerly known as Twitter, or Twix as we like to call it, on Tuesday, April 16th, criticizing the country's wage gap when it comes to women and men, pointing out that Clark is a primary example, which makes perfect sense because Biden doesn't have the mental capacity to realize why there would be a wage gap in this country, even though the one that does exist is pretty minor. Women in sports continue to push new boundaries and inspire us all, but right now we're seeing that even if you're the best, women are not paid their fair share, the president said per post. It's time that we give our daughters the same opportunities as their sons, ensure women are paid what they deserve. This is coming from the same administration that would love if biological men who then later transitioned beat this woman at basketball would think that was far more stunning and brave than her not getting paid enough. Clark, the NCAA division all-time leading scorer in both men's and women's basketball, was selected number 1 by Indiana at Monday night's WNBA draft in Brooklyn. Sportrac later reported that Clark will make $76,535 in the first year of her contract, $78,000 in the second, $85,000 in the third, $97,000 in the second in 2027, fourth year in the league. Total, that means the former will make $338,000 in 4 years. That's ridiculous, one user replied Sportrac's post on X, which laid out Clark's expected salary. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty high, actually. In comparison to Victor Wembanyama, the first overall pick in last year's NBA draft, is expected to make $55.7 million in the first 4 years of men's professional basketball league, according to Forbes. Drastic difference in the NBA and WNBA contracts led to several sports stars and celebrities speaking out about the wage gap. These ladies deserve so much more, praying for the day, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Russell Wilson wrote in post on X, while Oscar-winning Jamie Lee Curtis wrote the whole thing was outrageous alongside a post infographic laid out the comparison between Clark and Wembanyama's rookie contracts. While the gap in pay has drawn backlash, many sports reporters, including Sarah Spain and Jamil Hill, pointed out the NBA and WNBA salaries are ultimately tied to how much money the league makes. The NBA has had a 48-year head start at building its viewership and attendance, Spain explained in a post on X. Yeah, especially that the WNBA is subsidized by the NBA and would not exist if the NBA didn't exist. To be clear, let's clear this up. WNBA players make less than their NBA counterparts, a lot less. According to Fortune, in 2023, WNBA players made an average of $113,000 base salary, with the highest salary in the league being a little over $241,000. NBA players make an average of $9.7 million, with the highest salary coming in at $51.9 million. The base salary is 85 times higher, more for NBA players. Highest paid player is more than 5 times. NCAA players Caitlin Clark and Angela Reese joining WNBA, superstars who help deliver the best ratings for any college basketball game. Many people are wondering why they aren't being paid nearly as much as the NBA players. Many things will change once people see players like Caitlin and Angel in WNBA games. 2024 WNBA drafts featured those players who drew an average of 2.45 million viewers, the most of any WNBA draft, and an increase of 307% from last year. So they over tripled it. According to WSN, the WNBA made $60 million in revenue in 2023. The NBA made $10 billion. $60 million to $10 billion, my friends. That's a... Yeah, it's a lot. So they made like 0.6%. Is that, I don't know. I'd have to do the math, and I'm in no condition to do math. Well, WNBA players make 85 times less than NBA players. They should make 190 times less if their salaries were equally in line based on the league-wide revenue. This is not an argument to pay WNBA players less. It's an argument that both leagues underpay their players. No matter how you want to do the math, you get paid a lot more to play in the NBA than the WNBA. But on percentage of income driven, you make a lot more in the WNBA than you do the NBA. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's kind of like when the women's soccer team complained about making too much, and then we all realized, like, oh, actually, they make more than the men do, but the men's league pulls in more money, and the women's league is subsidized by the men's league because that's how it works in sports. If a league generates $10 billion in revenue every year, and the best players in both leagues makes more from sponsorships than player salary, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Caitlin Clark all make more money from sponsorships and endorsements than their on-court productivity. Something is amiss. Especially bad in the WNBA. At least no NBA player is playing overseas to make more money. Yeah. And we'll get into somebody who's overseas in 2024. Just have them join the NBA if their skills weren't. Well, I mean, there's nothing against that in most sporting leagues. Anybody's allowed to try out. Women just can't make the team. Brittany Griner was supposed to make $228,000 playing in the year WNBA, the year she was detained in Russia. Yeah. Reported that she was making $1 million a year playing in Russia. Although then we gave up the Merchant of Death to trade back for her because that was a good idea. Well, most WNBA players also don't play overseas, or WNBA players who play overseas aren't unjustly imprisoned and made an example. It's telling that the best of the best have to leave their home country to make what they rightfully deserve. Yeah, maybe don't like break the laws of other countries, especially Russia. And why don't you get a pass? Like, why do you get a pass because you're an athlete? Like, shouldn't you be as awful as anybody else that's been profiting off the evil empire? Don't understand. Well, basketball fans hoped WNBA salaries would at least come up to half of what the same players make overseas. It just hasn't happened yet. The buzz around Caitlin could garner enough league-wide interest to see those athletes get paid what they deserve. Not likely. They're going to have to start making a lot more money, dude. Based on 2024 NCAA's women's basketball tournament ratings, WNBA 2024 draft ratings, more people than ever are likely to watch 2024 WNBA games. Maybe the increased viewers will boost ad buys, tickets, and merchandise sales. Once the league is pulling in more than $60 million a year and gets closer to the NBA financials, it's only a matter of time for superstars like Caitlin and Angel to get paid more like LeBron and Stephen. Yeah, even though, 60 million versus 10 billion is, that's yeah, like there's a comparison there. A little calculator app thingy, right? Let's pull that up because now I got to do the okay, so we're at 60 million divided by 10. That's million. That's billion. Yeah. 0.6%. They pull in 0.6% of what the NBA does. And they're upset that they're not making the same amount of salary as the NBA players do. Go figure. So if we were to take that and then we're gonna go back and find how much was his how much was dude's starting contract? Where was his? They make an average of 9.7 million. Okay, let's so we'll times. Yeah, it's 9.7 million. Yeah, so they should, if we actually going by the numbers and percentages, the salary should actually be $58,200, and the average is 113. So They're really making double over what it should be. But, you know, we can't go by like metrics and facts in this country anymore. We just have to go with our feelings and hope that works. Yeah. Thanks, Joe, for calling out the standards that aren't there. And maybe if people like you actually watched the WNBA, this wouldn't be a thing. You know, like if people actually watched it, they'd be pulling in more money, and we wouldn't be talking about how unfair it is. Lastly, this is over in the UK from the Telegraph. Women's team with 5 transgender players break opponent's leg, had parents fearing for girls' safety. Teams contemplating forfeiting games at Sydney's Flying Bats FC told they could face charges for discrimination. Yeah, because there's nothing like charging people who are scared to play a sport against people. That's... I guess I can't really do any more than that, huh? Women's football competition was branded misogynist after it was won by a team featuring 5 transgender players amid accusations one had broken an opponent's leg in 2 places. It's a very handsome team, I must say. But yeah, wonder what the punishment's going to be for that team for stepping down and saying, yeah, I don't think we want to play after you broke our player's leg. I think we might set the next one out, maybe, so we don't all get broken legs. That could be a thing. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I got on this one. Thank you guys for joining me. It's been a fun episode. I hope you guys all have a beautiful 420. That's right. It's on a Saturday this year. It's nice. Stay safe. Stay high. Stay underwhelming. And yeah, it was a good week. Not gonna lie. Kept it short. Yeah, should have updates soon on when the new MC Molasses stuff is dropping. Working on that. Scott Kane. First live stream and just got here. Take it easy. Scott, thanks for dropping by, brother. Good to see you. I hope you have a beautiful evening. About to head to work soon. Have a good night at work, my friend. I wish you the best. And I hope your shift goes swiftly and safely. That's usually just how I'm wishing my muggle life work shifts go, is not slow and not hard. Just smooth and easy. And usually quick. I like it quick. Anyways, that's all I got on this one. Thank you guys for joining me. I do appreciate each and every one of you dropping by. And I, of course, will see you guys on next week's episode. But here on episode 23, and we'll start discussing the raft race, seeing what's going on for that. And I'm stoked. Can't wait for that one. And I'm sure we'll have more crazy stories to cover because there's never any shortage of those. Until next time, my friends, stay safe, stay drunk, stay underwhelmed, and most importantly, in these trying times, stay sane. Cheers.
Above all else, I just want to say thank you. Have a beautiful night. Drunk Magician out. Cheers. Now let's get the credits. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate the help. Cause this is a show I do by myself. I produce the shit myself. And I've been through a lot with friends and a lot of shit I